My name is Lyn Smyrni. My role on the farm, that's a tough one. I did a lot. I did a lot there. A lot of mostly maintenance. So I kind of worked on the fences and then fixed things that they needed to be fixed, from electricity to plumbing to fences, whatever they needed. I kind of just fixed them. We moved from California to Boston. And my parents decided not to put me in high school, so I was homeschooled, and we were looking for homeschool activities. My mom found out about the farm, so we went there one day, and yeah, then just kept coming back. I mean, at first it was 1 day a week, then it was two, and then it was 4 days a week, and then my mom helped them create the Forest Gnomes program with Regina. She had a education in early childhood development, so she was their first teacher and helped with the program and everything. So then she was there every day, so I was there every day, and then yeah, just yep, they put me where I was needed, and there was a lot needed. There always is. Um, yeah, so it was actually me and my sister Sophia. She was there. She stopped going after a little while, and I just kept showing up, and they kept giving me more work, and yeah, I learned a lot on the farm. Um, I think a big one is just the community, and I know that's very big there. It's called the community farm, but just how everyone comes together like that, and what that kind of community is like, because you don't really get that anymore these days. It's very, it's its own little bubble, really, you know. So I think that was very cool, and I don't think I could have learned that anywhere else without being in the South or some farm area. It's very cool to be able to have that experience. That was definitely a big one that I learned there. It's education for sure. Um, the education has always been, I mean, everyone always calls it an educational farm. It's not just a farm, it's educational farm. And Linda has really, it's it's very cool the way that the education is integrated, and these kids are allowed to come and get their hands dirty and learn and experience something that that's rare. You don't get to really experience that, and on such a on that level where it's so organized. I mean, it's still a farm, so it's still a little chaotic here and there, animals, but it's very organized, and kids are lucky to be able to do that. So I think that the education part of the farm is the biggest thing. That I mean, Natick is so lucky and to have that kind of system. I wish that every town could have that kind of system. Really, everyone at the farm, I mean, they were really like family growing up. I was 16 through 22. I mean, I was there for years, and then I came back, but everyone was awesome. Jean-Claude was awesome. I was working with Jean-Claude a lot. And Casey's very awesome. He's very direct and to the point. He's like, this is what we're doing, this is what we're getting done. Yeah, and everyone in the office, everyone was so nice and kind, and yeah, it was just one big family, which was very cool. I didn't have a favorite. My favorite part of it was every day was different, Uh, there was always something new to fix. Um, I loved it when Linda was like, "All right, go do this. It's something you've never done before," you know, and yeah, I just loved learning, and especially if it was something I didn't know, because we didn't really have a choice. I had to fix the thing or do the job, and I'm sure a lot of people, had to do this when they were on the farm. You just got to get it done, and it's a good mindset to have to just do the thing. Don't think about how you can't do it. You just get it done. And that was definitely a big thing that I learned, but I'd never had anything specific. Well, I mean, there was lunch. Lunch was always great. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely unlike anything I've had in another workplace. The community lunch where we're cooking for each other and hanging out together. It's definitely one of my favorite things too.
I've never had so many interesting items. I mean, everybody would just, I remember Jean-Claude brought this blue cheese one time. It was like a world-renowned blue cheese, and it was incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, there's something so wholesome about someone coming up and just plopping like a pint of, freshly picked tomatoes or lettuce or whatever,
Mm,
like down on the table and everyone just going at it. It's so, I don't know. It felt like something out of another time.
absolutely. It's a bubble. It's a bubble. I was there for so long, and it was a great time. I did 2 years leading the teen work crew, and I think that was very cool because I was kind of around the same age and just be able to work with those guys. And I don't know, it was cool. Specifically, it's too tough. You know what? I would say that the maple sugaring shack, being there till 10 p.m. almost every night during the week, and just having to get it done. That was fun, just hanging out. Yeah.
We just finished sugaring season like 2 days ago. But
Mm.
it's definitely something that's come up in a ton of these interviews. Lots of people really like that season.
Yeah, it's so much fun. I miss it. I really do. Yeah, that was good. I'm grateful for the farm. I'm very grateful for the farm. I could reiterate it again and again that like the education part of it changed my life. And, I pretty much grew up on that farm. I was there for high school. I was there so much. And I learned so much and grew so much. And, Linda was awesome. She was like a second mom to me. I mean, she put up with me, to be honest, but um, yeah, it's just I had a good time and I'm grateful for the farm. So to continue doing what it does. I mean, with education and the farming and, hopefully it can somehow have a greater reach. I mean, maybe with an online presence or something, but it's a great place and I just want to see it keep going. It's doing great. I haven't been there in a few years and I'm kind of bummed about it. I can't wait to go back, but I'm sure it's doing great. Casey's awesome, and I'm sure he's a great leader there. And yeah, just want to see it keep going. Like, it's a little chaotic, everything's kind of everywhere, but like that's the beauty of it, the beauty in the chaos, and yeah, it creates something that's amazing. It's not perfect, but it doesn't need to be.